Last episode ended with a huge turning point. Mariabell was finally defeated, and after everything that happened with the Chaos Dragon, Milim managed to save her old friend by sealing its remaining core inside an egg. With that out of the way, the world finally starts moving into a new chapter. The episode begins with Granbell mourning Mariabell's death. He realizes his plans have completely fallen apart, but instead of giving up, he declares that the cooperation between demon lords, heroes, and humanity has gone on long enough. It's clear he's already preparing his next move. Back in Tempest, Rimuru has already shifted his focus toward the future. Now that Tempest has become one of the strongest nations in the West, he decides it's time to change the way the country is governed. He gathers everyone together and announces that Tempest will become a constitutional state. Instead of letting all authority stay in one person's hands, power will now be divided into 3 branches. One branch creates the laws, another carries them out, and the last one judges whether those laws are followed fairly. Everyone is completely confused at first, but they slowly understand what Rimuru is trying to build, a system that keeps Tempest stable even if the leadership changes in the future. It also helps other nations trust monsters by showing that even Rimuru has to follow the law. After the meeting, Rimuru checks on how things are going in the city. Suddenly, a huge explosion. Thinking something happened, Rimuru immediately heads over to investigate. When he arrives, he finds Kurobe testing a brand new magical sword. He demonstrates how the sword uses different elemental cores. Depending on which cores are inserted, the sword gains different elemental abilities, and different combinations create completely different effects, making it much stronger than a normal magical weapon. Rimuru is impressed by how much progress they've made. After watching the demonstration, Rimuru shows Kurobe his own sword. Kurobe is shocked to see the glowing blade. Raphael immediately identifies the material. The sword is made from divine steel, also known as scarletite. He recognizes it as an incredibly rare mythical material. Rimuru casually wonders if that makes his weapon legendary grade. But Kurobe immediately corrects him. According to him, this sword goes far beyond legendary grade. It could even reach mythical god grade. Even Tempest's greatest blacksmith is left speechless. After that, Rimuru decides to check on the progress of his allies around the world. He first visits Eurozania, where he meets Geld and checks on the massive construction project. Everything is progressing smoothly, and everyone is working hard. Rimuru continues visiting his other allies before eventually arriving in the kingdom of Falmouth. There, he meets Yum and Milim. While they're talking, Rimuru receives some unexpected news. Milim is pregnant. Rimuru was surprised after hearing that. She admits she didn't tell him sooner because she felt a little embarrassed. Rimuru is genuinely surprised before happily congratulating the two of them, but before they can continue talking, Rimuru suddenly receives an urgent call from Ramiris. She tells him to return immediately. Thinking she's probably overreacting again, Rimuru teleports back to Tempest. As soon as he arrives, Ramiris and the others reveal the surprise they've been secretly working on. The Magi Train prototype is finally complete. Rimuru is completely stunned. He immediately begins inspecting it, and notices it doesn't use a normal power source. Instead, it's powered by elemental cores. Vesta explains that after researching elemental spirits, they successfully created a magical reactor capable of powering the train. With help from Ramiris' elemental spirits and Veldora's magic, they finally completed the system. Even Rimuru can't hide how impressed he is. To celebrate the success, everyone gathers for a party. For the first time in a while, everyone is simply relaxing and enjoying themselves together. But then, Milim suddenly rushes in while holding the Chaos Dragon's egg. She nervously tells Rimuru that the egg is cracking. Everyone immediately gathers around to watch. A few moments later, the shell finally cracks open. A tiny baby dragon slowly emerges from inside. Gaia has finally been reborn. The first thing the little dragon sees is Milim. Without any hesitation, it immediately runs into her arms. After all this time, she's finally reunited with her precious friend. Seeing the reunion brings smiles to everyone watching, and Rimuru happily welcomes the newborn dragon to Tempest. Looking back on everything that's happened, Tempest has entered a completely new era. Its government is evolving. Its technology is advancing. And its bonds with other nations continue to grow stronger. And with that, Season 4 First Cour comes to an end. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.